Hi Saggies, how are you guys doing? Welcome to Sagittarius Tarot and to your daily oracle reading. Today is the 2nd of November 2023. That's the second day of November. I hope you're ready for it. Let's explore its energy. So, the 2nd of November 2023 would be 2 plus 11 plus 2023, which is 2 plus 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 3. And that gives us 11. 11, what a magical number. This number packs like a lot of, power in it. And so, in particular, today we're gonna explore the energy of sensitivity when it comes to the number 11. Because the number 11, as much as it's a number of intuition and being tapped in and being connected with the higher power and all these things, that requires a lot of sensitivity to be able to and tact, like energetic tact, to be able to tap into all of that. And so that's amazing. Like, notice and be sensible and sensitive towards all the energy flow that happens with you today. Now, if you combine 1 plus 1, that gives us 2. And 2 is a number about balance. It is all about balance. It is all about doing things in a way to keep the energetic balance. So balance could be first consequences, actions have consequences, effects have counter effects, what you put in the world, you put out of the world, black and white, like opposing energies, right? That complement each other. And balance is also doing things as equitable as possible. So balancing work and leisure, focus of energy on material, financial, and on emotional, mental, and spiritual, alone time versus social time, hustle versus fun, etc. So this is a great day to focus on all that. And yeah, that is really good. Be sensitive about everything and you'll have your answers. So I'm going to be choosing for you your daily oracle from the Magical Mermaids and Dolphin Oracle by Doreen Virtue. So let's see what you gonna get. And so, let's see. I like it. I like it. Okay. Explore your options. It's time to look at other possibilities. It's a good time to make changes. Explore your options. It's time to look at other possibilities. It's a good time to make changes. And you see this baby mermaid reaching out to a sea turtle with like pearl crown and something like that. Okay. Now let's read one of the affirmations associated with this card before we delve deeper into the reading. By the way, this card does not have like a number on it, so that gives us the focus more on the original numbers that we discussed, which are 11 and 2, a sensitive balance. Now let's see. Okay, repeat with me 3 times to invoke the magic of these times. It says, any step that I take, no matter how small, will help me see options that I may never have noticed before. Any step that I take, no matter how small, will help me see options that I may never have noticed before. Any step that I take, no matter how small, will help me see options that I may never have noticed before. Wow. So immediately when I'm looking at this is telling me about really the importance of, trying to look at things from a different perspective, and also not only wishing for something, but starting to do things to make it happen. And so let's decipher the affirmation that I just said. It says, any step that I take. So this talks about step by step. This talks about you not being overwhelmed with finishing everything or with wondering, how am I gonna do this? You have to plan it into small little steps. And the most important thing is for you to start already with 1 step, right? And so it says no matter how small. That means like the the importance that you put over that step is not important. Like, this is what you think. So this is the value that you put to something, but that doesn't mean this is its value, because the smallest steps could prove to be like instrumentally huge in your journey. So no matter how much you think, this is about doing and not evaluating things and being like, oh, I don't think this is worth it or whatever. No, this is about like doing. And then it tells you that this step that you take, no matter how small, it will help you see options that you may never have noticed before. What does that mean? So that means that first of all, you have to, like, whenever we're faced with obstacles in life, we start to think that we exhausted all our options. We start to think that I did one that didn't lead me anywhere, I did two that failed, I did three that didn't give me the right momentum, etc. Whether this is, again, like a business project, a passion project, a relationship, whatever like endeavor that requires from us like an energy exchange. And so for you to be able to look at things differently and explore different options, first of all, you need to think that like they're like the current obstacles that you see are not obstacles. And then you start thinking, like, imagine that there was a way out and I'm going to, be able to accomplish this. What would be the next logical step? And so by thinking that, you are trespassing that obstacle, at least in your mind at first, which will allow you to take a step further into seeing how to explore it. And so that will allow you a different perspective than what you used to, where you were stuck. So we're gonna take like an example. Let's say, since the baby mermaid is traveling or whatever. So let's say you think that traveling to a certain countries, like moving to another country, let's say, will offer complications 1, 2, 3. So you'd say, I don't know, whether it's paperwork, whether it's purchase power, whether it's like you name it, right? Like whatever complexities and obstacles and challenges that are there. And so if you stay stuck in that, you are no longer going to be taking any action towards it, and that will never happen. So what this card is asking you, let's say in that scenario, is to say, listen, okay, I'm going to think that this is feasible and this is possible. And so what would be the next step? And by you saying that, you start to entertain different ideas, right? So you start maybe to look for housings, you start to read about the law, you start to look for jobs, as if you already figured it all out, although you didn't, right? And so as you're doing that, as you are like looking into that, you start somehow your mind and body into intuition, all of these things will, as if they become like on overdrive, as if like they're trying to find solutions. And so you'll start feeling that like when you sleep, you are dreaming about things regarding that matter. Sometimes you like daydream about it. Sometimes you get ideas while you're just sitting and not thinking about something in particular, but like it's like your internal mind is doing all that work, and like then you think like, oh wait, look, there's that. You start to notice things that you didn't notice before, like reading certain articles, doing certain things, and eventually because of you entertaining all these things, new data starts to show up and new information starts to show up and new things start to show up. And eventually, at some point, you're going to be able to connect new dots, and then you're going to notice, oh, okay, so that turned out to be possible after all. And none of that would have been, possible if you didn't believe and had faith that regardless of if it looks stuck, I'm still going to explore my options. Okay? So yeah, that's an amazing energy. And this is also telling you that like there is nothing really impossible. Like the only impossible thing is that you're not looking at all the other possibilities. So this card is telling you to like stop and smell the flowers and look around and find out other alternative ways. Just like the baby mermaid is like checking out the sea turtle on its way. Let's say if you want to purchase something, if you want to pursue a certain relationship, whatever, you have this preset notions in your mind, or preset beliefs, or preset conditions about how or why this relationship would work, or how and why I can get that job, or how much would that job pay, or how much this would cost if I buy it, or how much that loan would require, etc. When you think like that, you sort of close your options. So just like I said before, if you start to think and allow yourself to entertain the idea like, okay, so this is what I'm gonna get, this is the relationship I'm going for, and you start asking, how can I make this happen? And you start looking at other possibilities. You start to discover all these new ways. Like, oh, okay, so maybe I can apply there, and that will allow me to do this, and that will allow me to do that, and then I'll get to do this. So you see what I'm saying? And this is why this card is saying like it's a good time to make changes, because this is really like an energy that tells you that right now is really a good time to be open to changes, meaning be open to do things differently. That's how I'm reading it today. Like being open to doing things differently, because sometimes doing things differently will give you what you're looking for. You just didn't know where to look before. So yeah, go out there, explore all the options as if there is nothing stopping you. Don't let like finances, geolocations, circumstances, whatever, like dictate where you look. The hack here is to bypass all that. Think, not a problem, not a problem, not a problem. Now let's see how we can do it like logically, right? And then you'll start to find ways. I am loving this because this talks about you finally taking concrete steps, small ones or big ones, that are going to allow you to start making things happen when it comes to that quest of yours. And all this exploring your options and all this time to looking for other opportunities, it's really a good time to make changes, and it's going to show you so many different ways that you never would have thought in a million years were possible. Amazing. There's a quote from Edward Bulwer-Lytton. It says, "The pen is mightier than the sword." And so this talks about the power of the word and of the communication. And this is almost like the strength card in tarot. And so this is to tell you like there's, even like when it comes to force and fighting and all of these things, sometimes the alternative ways are even better. Like the pen is actually mightier than the sword. And so, yeah, amazing, amazing, amazing reading. I love it. Also, there's all this like blue energy with that pink energy, those pearls. There's this childhood innocent vibe that I'm getting also from the card that is like sort of pushing you and supporting you to look from a fresh set of eyes, to be playful, to be open for possibilities. If you look, the sea turtle looks a bit scary for an adult to get closer to it somehow. But this baby is like, that's cute. And it's going right for it. So, you know, it's time for you to start to look at things differently and look at different ways to lead your life or to live your life than the previous ways that you used to do. Because you know, the ways that you did and the ways that you thought you were doing and the things that you thought were right or whatever, you were doing all that and you are here because of them, right? You are where you are because of all that. But then, that's where you are. If you want to be somewhere else now in your life, then you've got to think and do and be open to things differently, right? Do these results, think these thoughts, believe these beliefs, you will be here. do those thoughts, those actions, those whatever, you'll be there. And since it feels like your role is already, like whatever you are here, accomplished, and it's time for you to explore different horizons according to this energy, then it is time to, put your adventure hat on and start to think also like very, very differently and being open to all of that. Amazing, amazing reading. I love you so much, Sagittarius. Stay blessed, aligned, and connected. Thank you so much. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for your subscriptions. I really appreciate them. Thank you for your comments. I love hearing about like how this resonates with you. Thank you for all the love and all the support. I love you very, very much. Blessed November.